Children, till now we discussed the electric flux through a regular area. But what if the area under consideration is an irregular one, like this? In such case, how will you calculate electric flux? Whether the formula E dot dA is applicable to such surfaces also? Let's see. So here, if we want to find out the electric flux of this total of this whole body, we need to divide this body into small area elements like this. Okay, so divide this irregular body into small area elements like this. Then for each of the area element there will be area vector, and that area vector will be normal to the respective area element. So if you consider this particular area element, area vector will be normal to this element. Here this will be the direction of area vector. For this element, this will be the direction of area vector dA, and for this element this will be the direction of area vector dA. Now let this body be placed in a electric field. So electric field lines will pass through this body. Let this be the electric field lines passing through the body. Okay, for our convenience we have represented only two electric field lines. Now, how will you calculate the electric flux of this or passing through this whole body? So for that, first we need to find out the electric flux through each of this area element. Then we will add the electric flux passing through all the area elements. This will give the electric flux through the whole body. But you know, adding the electric flux passing through all the area elements is a tedious job, because this irregular closed body is made of infinite number of area elements. So adding all the electric flux passing through all the area elements is a tedious process. So the simple addition is replaced by another mathematical operator for our convenience. Do you remember which operator is that? Yes, that is integration. So here we will find out the electric flux passing through any one of the area element. Then we will go for an integration. So here we will go for an integration. Integral E dot dA. E dot dA is the flux passing through a single area element, and when we integrate that expression, you will get the electric flux passing through the whole body. So this is the expression for electric flux passing through the whole body if it is an irregular one. And here, to be more specific, we can use a closed integral, because the body under consideration is a closed one. So for a closed irregular body or for a closed body, we can use this integration or this expression to find out the electric flux. So what is the expression? Integral E dot dA equal to phi. Okay, if the body is a regular one, we can use this expression E dot dA. But if it is a closed and irregular one, we can use this expression closed integral E dot dA. Okay, children, since we have discussed about electric flux, it's time to discuss one of the major laws of this chapter, that is Gauss's law. So how will you state Gauss's law? The statement is given on the screen. The total electric flux over a closed surface in vacuum is equal to net charge enclosed by the surface divided by permittivity. So this is the statement of Gauss's law. And we can express this statement in a simple mathematical expression. Total electric flux can be written like this, phi. Also, for a closed surface, what is the expression for a total electric flux? Just now we had discussed that, integral E dot ds. So phi equal to integral, closed integral E dot ds equal to net charge enclosed by the surface, that means Q net or sometimes or in some books you may see capital Q also. Q net divided by its permittivity, permittivity of free space, because we are considering the closed surface in vacuum. So this is the mathematical expression for Gauss's law. Closed integral E dot ds equal to net charge enclosed by the surface divided by epsilon naught. Children, let's prove this Gauss's law. So for that, consider a point charge which is a positive charge Q here, and consider a point P which is at a distance R from the charge. In order to find out electric field intensity at the point P, construct a Gaussian surface in the form of a sphere. So this is my Gaussian surface. So our Gaussian surface is in the spherical shape with a radius R. Here consider a small area element dA. What will be the direction of area vector? You know, area vector is always perpendicular to area element. So this is our area element and this will be our area vector. It is perpendicular to the area element. And what will be the direction of electric field here? Since this is a positive charge, electric field will be pointing normally outward. At any point on the sphere, what will be the electric field? Electric field will be pointing outward, because you know this is the direction of electric field for an isolated positive charge. So this is electric field and this is our area vector. Now, what is Gauss's law? Gauss's law states that closed integral E dot ds equal to Q by epsilon naught. So closed integral E dot dA equal to, just expand closed integral E dot dA. What is A dot B? AB cos theta. So E dot dA will be EDA cos theta, where theta is the angle between electric field E and area vector dA. So here what is the angle between electric field and area vector? Electric field and area vector is acting along the same direction. So the angle between them is 0. So here we can write E dot dA is equal to EDA cos theta. EDA cos theta is nothing but EDA cos 0. And what is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. Okay. So it will vanish. So we got integral E dot dA is equal to integral EDA. This electric field intensity will be same. It is a constant at any point on the surface of the sphere. Why? Because all the points on the sphere are equidistant from the positive charge. So the electric field intensity acting at any point on the sphere will be constant. So we can take it outside the integral sign. So you will get equal to E into closed integral dA. Okay. Now, what is this closed integral dA? dA means what? dA is area element. Okay. And if we integrate area element, we are adding all the area elements. So if we add all the area elements, you will get the area of the sphere. And what is the area of the sphere? 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square is the area of the sphere. So that expression you need to substitute here. And what is the expression for electric field intensity? Electric field intensity is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. So substitute the expressions for electric field intensity E and area integral closed integral dA equal to, what you will get, 1 by, what is electric field intensity? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by r square into closed integral dA. What is closed integral dA? It is 4 pi r square. Now you can see some like terms are there. 4 pi cancel, r square cancel. And what is left? Q by epsilon naught. Q by epsilon naught. So the total electric flux phi is equal to closed integral E dot dA is equal to what? The net charge enclosed by the surface divided by epsilon naught. So we have proved the Gauss's law.